Welcome to another episode of Justen versus Justen. I'm Justen with an E.
And I'm Justen with an I.
This week,
Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead.
Oh man, weren't you glad when everyone stopped doing a bad Butthead impression? You were like, okay.
No, everybody for me was doing Beavis.
Oh, were they?
I am Cornholio.
I feel like I came from the land of Buttheads because they were just like, really? And then eventually, I even had a friend called Butthead for a while, my friend Jay, and he's the coolest dude. But we could not get him to speak in his regular voice for the longest time.
Yeah, I had a friend who got stuck doing the Beavis all the time. He was, he'd be talking like that all the time. You're like, okay.
He just starts like tweaking out, and I was like,
I think that's everybody. As a kid, I got stuck. I did the Austin Powers accent so much.
Oh, did you?
That I got stuck doing it for a while.
You ever talk to someone from like a foreign land, and then you start like assuming their sort of mannerisms?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, hello, how are you? No, how are you doing now? It's like,
who are you talking?
I shouldn't be doing this. This is really rude. I'm so sorry.
Are you on the Enterprise talking to Scotty there?
I was, yeah. I mean, in my dream, yeah.
Can't give it any more, Captain.
The lithium crystals are depleted. What does that mean? I don't know, but you're getting into like 3 different dialects and... Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have a problem, when I see, when I talk to people from Mexico and usually from Australia.
Yeah, in Australia, like, oh, Matt, you gonna go see some Tekken tonight? What?
Actually, when I was in Australia, I picked up the accent so well, somebody asked me if I was a local.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, it was like I tried to stop and speak, like, because when you're in another country and you say I'm from America, you usually get, oh.
Yeah, it's like, oh, yank. Yeah, so
I was everywhere I went. Oh, you Canadian? What are you? I'm like, oh,
yeah,
I'm from the States.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
I'm from northern Michigan.
I'm from southern Canada.
Yeah, southern Canada.
So back to Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
This show also set up King of the Hill.
And Daria.
Yeah. And it was just so great because they fused a stupid, hilarious cartoon with music videos.
That's when it was great, when you could just sit there and watch, and it's like, damn it, Pantera, get me a beer.
Yeah, they'd sit on their couch and look at that, that's stupid.
I think it was awesome because from that, I learned a lot about music and what I liked and what I didn't like, and the stuff that they were ripping apart was like, I'm like, oh my god, this is funny. Yeah. And they're like, college music, and I'm like, it's still relevant today. I'm like, yes, you're right.
But one of my favorite thing, it was the introduction of Hank from King of the Hill. Goddamn kids whacking in my tool shed.
Oh yeah, Mr. Anderson.
Yeah.
Are you one of them kids who was whacking in my tool shed? Where them damn Spanish tiles?
Yeah, because he was basically the introduction of Hank from King of the Hill.
See, King of the Hill has its moments, but to me, they took the worst character from the show. I'm like, they may as well have taken like Principal McVickers or something. They're like, oh, Beavis and Butthead. And who was the teacher, Mr. something?
I'll look it up.
Oh my god, the hippie.
Yeah.
David Spade did an episode?
We really need to talk about our feelings.
Yeah. I mean, it was good. It was about these 2 kids from Texas, and they would get into all kinds of trouble. They got everybody into trouble in the 90s because I was in 6th grade, and I remember they were sniffing oven gas, like stove gas that came out, and they put up all these... Van Driesen.
David Van Driesen.
And they put up this big disclaimer on MTV, because it was an MTV show, and it was like, oh, please do not do this, you will die, and frog baseball. They were playing baseball by throwing frogs into the air. And, I mean, this was nuts. I had not seen anything like that, and it was just dark and crazy.
the coach with the buzz cut.
Oh, I forgot about Todd.
Yeah, Todd. Yeah.
So is Todd kind of Boonhauer, or is he Dale?
I'd almost say that he's got to be Boomhauer.
So they had a little character they used to kick around too called Stuart, and he used to wear another Rock t-shirt. It was Winger t-shirt. It was so friggin' funny, and Winger has been eating shit for years. And I mean, the lead singer is dead now, but still, it's like, I mean, he was so pissed that they did that. Because they put freaking Stewart in a Winger shirt. And Beavis had Metallica, and AC/DC was on Butthead's t-shirt.
I just like the way they dance, too.
Yeah. And he's like, come to Butthead. Yeah, they were, I mean, they were cool nerds. They were not smart.
No, they were not cool.
Stupid as hell.
They were not cool. They were not popular. They were like the
Everybody
outcast.
hated them. I mean, everybody hated them. They would always try to hit on chicks. They were uncouth to a fault. You know, it's like there was one episode where they had to be excused because if they laughed during sex ed, they would have been expelled. You know, and he's like, "Do you find something funny about the testicles?" And they're like. They were like, they had to go like run outside after the bell rang, and they're just like dying. It was really funny.
Yeah, no, it was a great show in the '90s. Even spoiled into a movie.
Yeah, great movie, man.
It was actually.
The soundtrack was awesome.
The soundtrack was amazing.
Rob Zombie and
Rob Zombie and
the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
That was great. I have the soundtrack actually. I
had it when I was a kid.
And I have the Beavis and Butthead Experience with like Aerosmith and I think like Motorhead is on it. Christmas Time in Hollis, Queens. You know, with what time is it? It's time to like. Where are you from? Hollis Street. It's really funny. Primus was big on it. I forgot that. He did the whole song. He's like, ain't one for poetry, ain't one for prose, ain't one for the smell of a springtime rose. But I do know one thing I sure do know. I sure get a kick out of that Beavis and Butthead show.
But yeah, the movie was great. So basically, they sneak into...
Isaac Hayes, too.
Yeah, I had Isaac Hayes. They sneak into the RV because they get done whacking in the tool shed.
And that was Bruce Willis and Demi Moore when they were married at the time, and they were each in the movie, and they were talking, you know, like they were trying to do some sort of like crisscross murder, like Throw Mama from the Train sort of plot.
Yeah, kill my husband. Yeah.
Now, if you've never seen Throw Mama from the Train, I'm going to just tell you right here, this is a movie with Billy Crystal and Danny DeVito.
Yeah, it is great.
It is a great movie, and it has the mom from Goonies, the Fratelli mom, in it. And she plays the mother of Danny DeVito. Yeah, and they do this crisscross murder thing where...
Billy Crystal's a teacher. He's teaching.
Yeah. And
he's teaching writing, and they're learning about mystery novels, and Danny DeVito's comes up with the plot. You can kill my mom, and I'll kill... Was it his wife?
Yeah, and it's like so transparent. He says it in front of all these people, and everything, and it's like, no, we can't do that. You know? That's my Billy Crystal. So.
Norman's a cow!
Yeah. Everything's Mike Wazowski. But it's like he's had no other roles.
We'll get to Billy Crystal. What other?
But his wife in the movie is Kate Mulgrew, who played Captain Janeway. Is my by far least favorite captain of Star Trek. So, but I was like, yes, throw her off the train.
Throw her off the train.
So she falls off the train. So.
Yes.
Movie spoiled.
Oh.
Yeah. So they have peyote at some point, and they go into a feverish state.
Yeah, they go out, they wander out into the desert.
Mm-hmm.
First don't they get kidnapped, and then they take it, and then they end up wandering off the desert.
There's all kinds of stuff that happens. It is nuts. It was a crazy
they're on
epic
a tour
road
bus going to the Grand Canyon, and
they hang out with like anthrax or something. Yeah,
I mean, Mike Judge. Yeah, so many great things from him.
Yep.
Because you got Beavis and Butthead, you got King of the Hill.
Office Space,
which
Silicon Valley.
Oh yeah, he's a producer on that.
Well, he was a creator too.
Was he a creator?
Yeah.
Oh, I love the show. So
he created Erlich Bachman. You know.
Well, if you think of Erlich Bachman, he's kind of a combination of every Mike Judge character there
Pretty
is.
much, yeah.
If you take Office Space, because Bachman doesn't really want to work, so take Office Space and then take a little bit of Beavis.
There's a lot of Beavis in there. Yeah, I could see that. And a lot of Butthead, too.
As I said, you combine that, Beavis and Butthead and Office Space, and you get Wallach.
Wait a minute. I just had a revelation here. You've got Beavis and Butthead, and you've got Dinesh and, who's Martin Starr's character? The guy who's the Satanist. He talks.
I know, I'm trying to think.
He's Butthead. And
I'm trying to think
Beavis.
what his name is in the show. Because, you have Dinesh.
Yeah, no, I mean seriously, because those characters kind of translate over, but they're funny. I mean, it's a good translation, I suppose, of that.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Judge. I mean, I loved Office Space. Absolutely loved it.
You know, we got to start on Saturday Night Live doing those animated shorts.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, want to sip my bloody buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Yeah. And let's see. G. Smith from the Saturday Night Live band did the Beavis and Butthead theme song. And I remember I used to just freaking freak out when my guitar teacher taught me how to play this thing. It was a great one.
Guilfoyle. That's who.
Guilfoyle. Yeah, great character.
And then you have Big Head.
Yeah. Hey guys, what's going on? He's very Stewart.
We're going to have to do an episode on Silicon Valley.
Yeah, it is a good one.
Because, yeah, I could talk all day on that too. Jin Yang.
No. Stay away from my crisper. The crisper is mine.
It's your refrigerator running.
He does an app, and it's what is it? It's an app that tells you about food. It's
Hot dog, no hot dog.
Is it a hot dog or is it not a hot dog? That's the app.
And it's used for a gay app, isn't it? For just sorting out penises.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's the.
He sells it to you. Mike Judge, thank you for your creativeness.
I do love Jared from the show too, where it's like he had to change his name to escape a contract. He's like, I don't mind. I'll change my name, and he ends up like screaming in German as he sleeps. Yeah, I'm like, this was nuts.
Yeah, no, we're definitely gonna have to have a Silicon Valley episode, especially since the new season's gonna be coming around.
I have to finish the last season. I'm about 2 episodes almost there.
Yeah.
But it's got Ned Ryerson from Groundhog Day. You don't know this Ned? Ned the Head?
Well, anyway, back to Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, back to
The last couple episodes, we're going off into left field. But see, it's all a connection because Mike Judge does them all, so we got to bring up Mike Judge.
One of my favorite lines that he's ever done in any of his movies is when he's asking his neighbor, "What would you do with $1 million?" He goes,
Two chicks
at the same time.
That's it? Hell yeah. I just like that the apartment's so thin. He's like, hey man, turn on channel 9. Looks like a hand. Can you pretend I'm not home?
What am I going to do with 40 subscriptions to Vibe?
Oh.
And I love it too because the day I started at my job, I looked at my stapler and I go, "Ooh, a swing line." definitely on my stapler. It's good stuff. I mean, Beavis and Butthead was funny. It was subversive. It was something that had to quickly be curbed so they wouldn't kind of corrupt the youth of the day.
Yeah.
And I remember being in 6th grade and like recess or something and just drawing pictures of like Beavis crushing people with a bat. You know, and it was like, I got a letter home that day. What are you letting him watch? And I wasn't allowed to watch Nickelodeon. You can't do this on television. So, I mean, you can imagine sneaking to get to watch this. I got in trouble. Worth it. Worth it, Mom.
Worth it.
Absolutely. And the Cornholio episodes.
Oh, Cornholio was... I remember so many kids putting their shirt over their head and going, I'm Cornholio! Give me from my bumhole!
I did that, like, yesterday. So,
you did it 2 minutes ago. You're
yeah,
like,
I did.
I'm hungry, and I turn around and you got shirt over your head. Bonito!
It's like, all those things. He's like, he gets super powered up on all the sugar from Stewart's house, and then he goes and does that, and he's like, in my country, we have no butthole. It was great stuff. I was saying, the guest stars, they had a lot of people. Janine Garofalo was on it.
Yeah, she was always time. She got her own spin-off.
Yep.
If you haven't seen Daria, also another great show.
Yeah, I mean, it's not along the same vein. So
no, it's a little. It's
more of like a satirical look at high school life, and it is funny. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying it's a little bit different. You really would not even think that it came from the same place.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
But
you remember they tried to bring Beavis and Butthead back?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, so they tried to bring it back, and they Bobcat Goldthwait. What's the greatest nation in the world? Donation. And Beavis is like, what's the greatest nation in the world? You're a nation.
Yeah, David Spade made it on the show. Even Bill Clinton.
That couldn't have. Was that really him? I don't think so. But I mean, for these guys, it was some pretty funny stuff. They went all over the place. They did stuff. I mean, they
David Letterman
is a giant butthead.
Yes, is the old version.
Oh, it's old version of the dad or of him.
Yeah.
Chelsea Clinton. Oh, she was in the movie.
Yeah, when they stopped by the White House in the movie.
Man, she is a
come to Butthead.
She is an inch. Oh, because she had braces.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was all into her.
Come to the Butthead.
Tabitha Soren, yeah, with that pantsuit.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
They've been in everything. I mean,
Yeah.
they, just
Especially
mention
Flea.
Robert Stack, Ultra Magnus himself,
Yes.
from Unsolved Mysteries. I do a Robert Stack apparently.
Cher, I Got You Babe music video.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah.
They appeared in that, yeah.
I got you. You are my rain.
Yeah, Bruce Willis and Demi Moore, they were in the movie.
Yep. He's wearing his Hudson Hawk glasses there. I love
Yes.
that. He must have kept those from the year before.
So yeah, no, it was a great show. It had a pretty decent run. I mean, I think it was,
Yeah, they did try to bring it back, but the problem was they lost the rights to do it with videos because everything had changed.
Yeah.
MTV was no longer playing stuff.
MTV.
It was on Spike.
Yeah, back when it was MTV, now
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just, what is it? It's,
Media television? Or...
they got rid of, like, the M or the TV part of the logo, I forget.
well, there's like 6 of them, I think. There's like MTV6, and like it's like Peruvian throat singing or
It's
something.
like Dodgeball, the Ocho.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I was just checking that game out on the Ocho. Yeah.
Yeah, sadly, that's what MTV's become, too. I watched it on the Ocho.
This is our 2nd episode with a dodgeball reference.
It's great. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, I don't know. Guess
Yeah.
we're on a dodgeball kick. I guess that's a sign of what may be to come.
When you and your co-host are just in sync like that.
Maybe it is a series of things to come.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty sweet. Dodgeball episode.
White Goodman. Wait, why do I have to be Beavis? I was Garth last time. Oh, okay.
Wait, Tom Anderson, quit whacking in my tool shed.
Listen up, guys. We're going to talk about something special today. We're going to talk about your feelings, okay? And I think Mr. Mackey from South Park must have come straight from him. So
Yeah, true. When you think about it,
Yeah.
yeah, because, these okay.
yeah, because I'm grown to bad. We are just all over the place tonight.
Yes.
But I mean, that's what do you expect with this Beavis and Butthead?
It's one of those shows. It was great to watch.
Yeah.
I personally don't remember a whole ton of it. I remember little bits of it here and there. I remember because it was a big part of my childhood, but there were so many other things that stuck. Yeah,
Yeah, there's a nostalgia factor to it. It hits you at a different age, and it hits you in a different way. You know, it was a lot of the things that you couldn't talk about. Like you couldn't talk about poop. You know, you couldn't talk about like kids whacking in your tool shed.
whacking in the tool shed.
Or like, and it's funny because they would say like all these sort of infantile things. They're like, boner. You know, it's like, and it was stuff like that. It's like, his name's Boner. They were talking about growing pains. It's like, I love like the little subtle nuance things that I find myself doing. Like, Beavis or Butthead, you can't even. The only Spanish you know is what you picked up at the menu at Taco Bell, and Beavis can't even manage that. Spaghetti. It's like,
Well, it's great too. Is Mike Judge voiced both of them,
he did, yeah.
and he did it for all 208 episodes.
Wow. Well, he must have kept costs down on that thing. So.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the cast, I mean, the cast because it was so many years long is long.
Oh, Toby Huss. So Toby Huss, I think, was the guy that played Artie, the strongest man in the world, from Pete and Pete, who I loved.
Oh, Pete and Pete was another great show from the 90s.
That will be an episode of Pete and Pete.
I
But he also was on Seinfeld, the Nobody Beats a Whiz guy.
Yeah.
And he did the voice of Cotton. You know? No, he's not. He's Lay Ocean.
Oh, Thomas Middleditch, he did a couple episodes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Who did he play?
He just says additional voices in 7 episodes in 2011.
Oh, okay. So that explains.
Back after we watched it, because
Yeah, when they brought it, they tried to bring it back, and they really lost the magic because it was something that was very good for the time, but then it wasn't good anymore because you already had Family Guy and Simpsons had just been going, and
South Park is
South Park, you know.
It was kind of when
Drawn Together, whatever else you watched, you know, was way more edgy than this had gotten.
Yeah, because in the early 90s, this was the edgy cartoon. There wasn't really anything else.
Yeah, this was before that Liquid Television stuff where you had like the Max and Eon Flux and whatever else was the Head.
Yeah.
You know, this was the show.
Yeah, this was the show you turned to at night, like, oh, my parents don't know I'm watching it.
Oddly enough, there was this and Ren and Stimpy, and those were the two cartoons.
Yeah, those were the two, like, parents hated.
Yeah,
because they taught us so many bad things.
And now it's like parents are kind of like, oh, I guess it was funny and all that. And they're like, we just didn't want you to turn out to be murderers. I'm like, oh, okay.
Didn't want you to become a degenerate living in our basement. I don't live in the basement, Mom. I live upstairs.
Our generation is like, oops, our bad. You know, it's okay. You know, it all turned out okay in theory.
Yeah. So
we'll see what happens when we all grow up.
Like I said, when we all grow up, like, we're still young.
Did you ever have that thing that you put on top of the TV that was Beavis and Butthead? They were like sitting on their sofa. I remember seeing it in like a Spencer's store.
No.
And it was like you can like click it with your remote and they go like, change it, dude. It was just like a remote thing. You know? I'm like, oh, what a useless thing.
Yeah.
No, you never had that?
No, okay. Never had it.
Did you get the action figures?
I didn't.
I remember seeing them at Media Play.
I never got the action figures. I didn't have a whole lot of Beavis and Butthead memorabilia because it was one of those shows that was like, oh, my parents are asleep, I'm turning it on.
Yeah, I don't think I had like shirts or anything like that, which surprised me because like when South Park came out, I'm like, I'm going to spend all my money on this.
Yeah, I think Beavis and Butthead wore our parents' generation down. They were just kind of like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, because I definitely remember it being a thing in high school and all that, but I think it's like that one kid had it and you're like, oh, better stay away from him. He's gonna like sniff glue and like stab himself with a pen or some shit. You know?
Or he's been whacking it in the tool shed.
Yeah, he was whacking in the tool shed.
Whacking in my tool shed.
What the hell?
Well, anyway, if you've never watched Beavis and Butthead, check out a couple episodes. I would definitely recommend watching the movie.
Oh yeah, the movie's great. The soundtrack is cool.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where maybe you had to be there at the time. I don't know, but
I think it was definitely a TV. I think it was definitely a TV show for that time period. Because I think if you watched it now, you'd watch a couple of them and you go, okay, I'm done.
If you could watch it with the music videos as it was intended, it would be a lot funnier.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, the movie I think was great. I think it kind of bridged that generation gap, and I think it's something you can watch over again. Yeah, the TV shows, I don't know if I'd watch them over again that much.
The beauty of YouTube is you can watch snippets of it. You can watch just like the little things. You don't even have to wait for commercials.
Yeah, just
so
watch
you can see the episode where Beavis falls into the aquarium and they're upset because he's in with all hammerhead sharks and he's peeing in the water and they're like, oh no, he's poisoning the sharks, and he's like, I'm gonna die. So it has its moments.
Yes.
Or Snarkulius, the god of feces, monster truck rally. There's some out there shit, man.
There is. That's Mike Judge.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, go check them out.
Yep.
Tell us what you think.
Definitely.
Or if you have a favorite moment of Beavis and Butthead that you can think of, let us know.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that if you guys do have some feedback on this.
The show lasted for so long, I'm sure there's tons of moments that we missed.
Yeah, he said there's 208 episodes.
So in the 208, I think we only really touched on maybe 10 or 15.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like how many videos were in that too.
Yeah, watch it. If you watched it, let us know. And if you haven't yet, we're on social media. Find us.
And check out that cool G.E. Smith and Saturday Night Live band theme song.
Yeah, hit the like and subscribe. Do it.
Come to Butthead.
Come to the Butthead. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe.
And work on those accents because they should just not come back. If that's a thing, that would be great if those could just not come
What
back.
do you mean they don't want to come back, yeah? This is your friend. We're here to talk about the shows and the movies, yeah?
Oh, this is a good thing that we're doing here.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure where we were going there for a second, and I'm like, is this like an Aqua Teen thing?
I don't know. I really love American TV shows, yeah?
Now comes the time on Sprockets when we dance. It's a visual gag, folks, so I'm dancing like Mike Myers and
I was about
Kyle
to say,
MacLachlan.
if you've never seen it, you gotta go watch the Saturday Night Live skit.
Oh, see, we can't have nice things for this reason. I swear we had a script this week. I swear it.
Well, anyway, hit like, subscribe, let us know what you think.
Because there's still no unlike button.
And don't worry, next time we're going to script the show.
Oh, that's an excellent segue. Well, I'm Justin with an I, and you've been listening to Justin versus Justin.
And I'm Justin with an E, and you listen to something somewhat like Justin versus Justin.
Go out, watch Dodgeball, and then get back to us.
The Wicked Sweet. All right. Till the next episode where we just make dumbasses of ourselves. So
later, dumbass.
Quit whacking on my tool shed.
Well, I'm gonna go whack.
And you quit whacking it while you're watching the video. See you later.